So, you think you got the flu because you went outside with wet hair. Adorable. Fear not, human. I'm here to explain what really happened. My name is Influenza. You may know me as the flu, that thing that destroyed your weekend, or the reason your body suddenly feels like it has been hit by a tired bus. And today, using the power of biology, bad timing, and your complete inability to stop touching your face, I will tell you my life story. This is my diary. From a sneeze to a full corporate takeover of your cells. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Launch. I was not born in a dramatic lightning storm. I was born in someone's respiratory tract. Very glamorous, I know. One minute, I was chilling inside a warm, moist human airway, surrounded by mucus, cells, immune signals, and thousands of my cousins. The next minute, my host felt a little tickle. Then came the sneeze. And let me tell you something. From my perspective, a sneeze is not disgusting. It is transportation. A sneeze is basically a biological rocket powered by irritation, air pressure, and bad public hygiene. Your body thinks it is removing me. Cute. What it actually does is blast me into the world inside tiny droplets, like microscopic Uber capsules. Some of us land on tissues, some of us land on hands, some of us land on tables, phones, door handles, keyboard, and that one office mug nobody washes properly. And some of us get lucky. We float, we wait, we survive just long enough for another human to inhale. And that, my friend, is when the real story begins. Chapter 2. The nose is not just a nose. You think your nose is just the thing that ruins selfies from bad angles. Wrong. Your nose is a heavily guarded border checkpoint. There is mucus. There are tiny hairs. There are immune molecules. There are cells constantly scanning the environment like suspicious airport security officers. Most invaders do not make it far. Dust gets trapped. Pollen gets trapped. Random microscopic nonsense gets trapped. But me? I am not random nonsense. I am professionally annoying. I am small, patient, and shaped for the job. A flu virus is not alive in the way you are alive. I do not eat breakfast. I do not pay rent. I do not have emotional problems caused by unread messages. I am more like a tiny biological USB stick. Inside me is genetic information. Outside me is a code of protein. And my goal is very simple. Find a cell. Enter the cell. Hijack the cell. Make the cell produce more of me. That is it. No hobbies, no dreams, no 5-year plan, just vibes and replication. Chapter 3. The Lock and Key Scam. Eventually, I reached the surface of a human airway cell. Now, this cell is minding its own business. It is doing normal cell things, maintaining tissue, communicating with neighbors, helping you breathe without thinking about it, which is honestly one of the most underrated services in the universe. Then I show up. On my surface, I carry a protein called hemagglutinin. Yes, I know, it sounds like a spell from a biology-themed Harry Potter book, but hemagglutinin is extremely important because it lets me attach to specific molecules on your cell surface. This is not brute force. This is not me kicking down the door. This is social engineering. I basically walk up to the cell and say, "Hello, I belong here." And the cell, because biology is full of tragic little misunderstandings, believes me. The cell pulls me inside. This is the first major mistake. Imagine a castle guard finding a suspicious box outside the gate and saying, better bring this into the castle. Congratulations. The Trojan horse is now indoors. Chapter 4. I am not trapped. I am arriving. Once inside, I am placed into a little bubble called an endosome. From the cell's point of view, this is probably containment. From my point of view, this is the lobby. Inside that bubble, the acidity changes, and that change triggers me. My outer structure shifts. My viral envelope fuses with the membrane around me. I open up, not emotional. Don't make this weird. I release my genetic material, and this is where the story stops being a tiny thing entered your nose and becomes your own cell is about to be promoted to unpaid virus factory. Because a virus does not need to do everything itself. That would be inefficient. Instead, I use your cell's machinery. The cell has energy. The cell has material. The cell has molecular tools. The cell has everything I need. I bring the instruction. Your cell brings the labor. Very bad labor conditions, by the way. No union, no lunch break, no HR department. Just me. Chapter 5. The Cell Takeover. Before I arrived, this cell had a purpose. It helped protect the airway. It helped maintain the lining of your respiratory tract. It was part of Team Human. Then I got inside and changed the company mission. Suddenly, the cell begins reading my genetic instruction. It starts making viral protein. It starts copying viral RNA. It starts assembling new virus particles. The cell is no longer just a cell. It is a factory, and the product is me. This is the part humans rarely understand. Infection is not just an attack from outside. It is a takeover from within. Your own biological machinery gets redirected against you. One infected cell can produce many viral particles. Those particles leave and move to nearby cells. Then those cells become factory. Then more, then more, then more. And for a while, you feel totally fine. That is the funniest part. You are out there living your life. You are drinking coffee. You are answering email. You are telling people, "No, I'm not sick. I just slept bad." Meanwhile, inside your body, I am opening franchise. Flu virus GmbH, now available in multiple airway locations. Chapter 6. Your immune system notices. Eventually, your body realizes something is deeply wrong. Cells start sending distress signals. Chemical alarms spread. Nearby cells begin preparing defenses. Immune cells arrive like angry little security guards. And then you start to feel symptoms. Sore throat, runny nose, headache, chills, muscle aches, fatigue. That beautiful moment when standing up feels like a personal attack. Now here's the twist. A lot of what makes you feel terrible is not directly me. It is your body fighting me. Fever? That is your body turning up the heat because many pathogens do not enjoy higher temperature. Mucus? That is your body trying to trap and remove invaders. Coughing and sneezing? That is your body trying to clear the airway. Fatigue? That is your body saying, please stop pretending you are productive. We are in a war. So yes, I am the villain, but your immune system is the reason the movie has explosion. Chapter 7. The body becomes a battlefield. Once the immune system fully activates, everything gets dramatic. Immune cells start hunting infected cells. Antibodies begin targeting viral particles. Inflammation changes the local environment. Your body redirects energy away from normal activity and toward defense. This is why the flu can make you feel so completely destroyed. It is not just a bad cold. The flu can trigger a much stronger whole-body immune response. Your muscles ache, not because I personally went there with a tiny hammer. Your muscles ache because immune signaling affects the whole body. Your appetite drops, your temperature rises, your energy disappears, your brain becomes foggy. You stare at the ceiling and start making spiritual deals with the universe. I promise I will appreciate normal breathing after this. And honestly, you should. Normal breathing is a luxury you only respect after it has been temporarily canceled. Chapter 8. My greatest trick is bad copy. Now let's talk about why I keep coming back. Humans often ask, why do people get the flu more than once? Because I change, not because I'm smart. I am not sitting inside the body with a whiteboard saying, gentlemen, this year we rebrand. I change because my copying process is messy. When flu viruses replicate, mistakes happen. These mistakes are mutations. Most mutations are useless. Some are harmful, but every now and then, one helps me look a little different to your immune system. This is called antigenic drift. Very fancy term. Basically, I change my outfit just enough that your immune system might say, wait, do I know this guy? This is why flu vaccines are updated regularly. Scientists monitor which flu strains are spreading and try to predict which ones are likely to dominate. It is biology, surveillance, statistics, and educated guessing. Meanwhile, I am just mutating like a chaotic intern with access to the copy machine. Chapter 9. The Great Escape Plan. While your immune system is fighting me inside, I am also trying to leave. Because for a virus, staying in one body forever is not success. That is a dead end. I need to move. And here's where your symptoms become extremely useful. Coughing launches droplet. Sneezing launches droplet. A runny nose creates more fluid. Touching your face helps move particles onto hands. Hands touch objects. Objects touch other hands. Other hands touch faces. And suddenly, I am networked. Humans call this transmission. I call it marketing. You built schools, offices, trains, airports, concerts, shopping centers, and family gatherings. Then you gave everyone hands and poor sleep. Honestly, you did half my job for me. A virus does not need intelligence when humans have crowded indoor spaces and the phrase, I'm probably fine. Chapter 10. Soap, my ancient enemy. But do not get too impressed. I am fragile in many ways. Outside the body, I am not some immortal monster. I can be damaged by time, dryness, heat, sunlight, and cleaning. And then there is soap. I hate soap. Soap is humiliating because humans always want complicated solutions, supplements, rituals, special hacks, miracle product. But one of the most powerful everyday defenses against many enveloped viruses is still washing your hands properly. Why? Because viruses like me have an outer envelope. Soap can disrupt that envelope. It helps break apart the greasy structures that hold me together and washes me away. To you, hand washing is boring. To me, it is cosmic destruction. Imagine being a tiny biological villain and getting defeated by bathroom foam. Embarrassing. Chapter 11. The immune system wins. Eventually, in most healthy people, the immune system gains control. Infected cells are destroyed. Free viral particles are neutralized. Debris is cleaned up. The fever lowered. The aches fade. Your appetite returns. You begin to feel human again. You tell everyone, that was awful. And it was. But from the immune system's point of view, it was also education. Your body learned. It built memory. Special immune cells can remember parts of the virus, making future responses faster or stronger. Not always perfect, not forever against every version. But memory matters. Your immune system is basically keeping a criminal database, and I am in it. Rude, but fair. Chapter 12. The truth about me. Here's the strange truth. I am not evil. I am not good either. I am not plotting. I am not angry. I do not hate humans. I do not even know humans exist. I am just a pattern, a tiny piece of genetic instruction wrapped in protein and fat, moving through the world by exploiting the rules of life. And maybe that is what makes viruses so unsettling. They're not monsters with faces. They're not predators with teeth. They're not enemies you can reason with. They're instructions that found a loophole. A flu virus is the hidden life of biology's smallest hustle. Enter, copy, body, exit, repeat. No brain, no intention, still effect, and that should make you respect the invisible world a little more. Because every breath you take is not just air, it is contact with a planet full of microscopic negotiation. Most of the time, your body handles them silently. Every second, barriers protect, cells communicate, immune patrols scan, mucus traps, enzymes break things down. Tiny systems work in the background so you can do very important human things like complain about Wi-Fi and overthink a text message. You do not notice the defense until it fails. You do not appreciate breathing until your nose becomes a blocked tunnel of regret. You do not think about your cells until something like me turns them into factory. And that is the hidden life of the flu. Is not just getting sick. It is a microscopic story of travel, deception, invasion, resistance, adaptation, and memory. It begins with a sneeze, a small sound in a room, a human moment, a tissue, maybe, a hand, maybe, a breath. And inside that moment, invisible to everyone, something like me is waiting. Not alive exactly, not dead exactly, just ready. Ready to drift, ready to attach, ready to enter, ready to turn one cell into many copies, ready to become the reason you cancel your plans, hug your blanket, and whisper dramatically to no one, I will never take breathing for granted again. And then when your immune system finally defeats me, I disappear. Not with a speech, not with a final battle scene, just broken apart, cleared away, remembered. But somewhere else, someone sneezes, and one of my cousins begins their diary. From a sneeze to a cell takeover.